Hi, welcome to the Red Booth Show. I'm your host, Kimberly. On tonight's very special Halloween episode, I have the actor Robert Rusler and Jackson Rowden, and they have a new, very cool movie coming out that they're going to talk about, and a bunch more, so come and join us. There he is.
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween! Well, hello, and welcome to the Red Booth Show, Robert and Jackson.
Thank you, Kimberly. Good to be
How you
here.
doing, Kimberly?
That's cool. I'm glad you guys are here for the special Halloween show.
Happy Halloween!
That's right.
You look amazing, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Well, I know you guys have been in some really cool things for Halloween with Halloween-y.
Halloween-ish.
Halloween-ish. Like, one really cool thing I just have to say. So, Robert Rusler has been killed by Freddy Krueger.
What is it? Run, open the door! Ryan, it's your father! Open this door! No! 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 Run! Run! Open it up!
Like, I keep saying that over and over because it's so cool. I'm like, that's amazing. He's also done a lot of other movies and TV shows, and you were in Vamp.
Correct, yes.
That's right. And basically...
My first movie was Weird Science.
Right, that's right. You
Yes.
played Max, right?
Correct, yeah. Or Mad Max.
Mad Max, that's right.
Check it out. Check it out.
What?
$5. Binsky.
Max, what are you gonna do?
No gear. For the first time in my life, I don't feel like a total dick.
Yeah, me either.
Sorry, boys. Momentary loss of motor nerve. You guys getting tired of this? We're not, but I'll tell you one thing. There is a cure.
Rumor has it there's a big white sale going on.
At Town World.
I'm not impressed, no.
So, and then also Jackson is doing a movie.
Sorry,
He always beats him up, but they're not really supposed to do it on camera.
It's
so.
like Three Stooges things.
it's like a father-son kind of thing.
Yeah.
Brother, like older brother.
He always has to mention age. Why did you got to go there?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I must have
He
missed
could
it.
be my dad, but he could also be my older brother.
Or his creepy uncle. Whatever.
That seems like it works better, the creepy uncle. So you guys are doing a movie together,
Yes.
and the Kickstarter just went live. Is that correct?
Yes, we're so
Yes.
excited. Yes, it's called The Wicked Sick.
The
And
Wicked
we're live
Sick.
on Kickstarter now.
Cool.
And we're really excited to go to the horror fans and make a horror film for horror fans by horror fans.
Yes, and it is live right now. You can go check it out. We'll put the link at the end of the show.
Is
We're
it
excited.
going to be The Wicked Sick, basically? So go Google The Wicked
the
Sick.
Wicked Sick. The Wicked
So like
Sick.
sick, like as in I feel sick, or SIC?
Like we're sick.
Like SICK, like Emil, like.
He's been on the show before.
Oh,
So
The
actually-
broker. The broker.
That's right.
He's the broker.
He's the broker, and we made a joke. Actually, did say that he laughed like Seth Rogen. I think that was his laugh.
Like
He just has a pervert laugh.
Yeah, it's a perverted Seth Rogen, is
yeah,
what it is.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like.
And just in case you don't remember him, he's the black guy on the Tastemaker.
That's
show.
right, the
Just want
black
to throw that
guy.
out there so we're very clear.
I'm really excited about your new movie that you guys are doing because of all of the people that are in it as well. Like you guys, you've obviously been in the horror genre for a while, and you were able to make all these awesome connections and get people to do the movie, which you're directing.
Yes, thank you. You know, it's exactly what the approach was. I had the idea to do sort of like an Expendables version of a horror film. And I've been
That's
utilizing relationships that I've accumulated over the 32 years of my career in
I can't
Hollywood.
believe you've been doing this for 32 years.
Yeah, Weird Science we shot in '84. That was my first film.
Wow.
And so in that span, you know, I've been, like you said, I've been, you know, really grateful and blessed to be in over 60 films and television shows. So I wanted to combine my experience behind and in front of the camera and really put together a team of seasoned actors, because I think that's one of the things that's missing from horror films. Most horror films, there's a lot of content being put out these days that I really absolutely adore. And I think that there's some poor content being put out. And I think that the common denominator in the horror films that I have seen that really aren't entertaining for me are the films that don't have good acting, good storyline, and a connectivity and a continuity that I think would make for a much better film. So that's what I decided to do, is I put together a cast and a crew of seasoned veterans, of friends of mine and people that I've worked with. And I made like a Roger Corman back to fundamentals sort of family to do this film.
I love this. Okay, so I actually wanted to do a lot of homework on this, and we have like a whole list of this amazing cast that they have for the movie, which they're looking to raise the money for the whole budget for this film. You guys are doing it independently, right?
Correct. Yes, we're doing it incrementally, and we're coming to the fans to help support indie filmmaking and indie horror filmmaking. And to be honest with you, I had some offers from various financiers and distributors for the film, but I don't think a lot of them really got it. And I'm not really a hater, but to be honest with you, I got a little sick of suits dictating what artists do next. And you know, their ideas and their formulas, and I think they're really not understanding what the horror fans want. And I was able to do a Q&A with Robert Englund, whom I worked with in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. And we were in London, and we were doing this huge Q&A in this auditorium, and I just listened to what the fans wanted. And the fans, you know, I think are starving for good content, good acting. Fans really fall in love with their predecessors. You know, it came out with Universal in the 40s, and then in the 50s and 60s, you know, Peter Lorre and Vincent Price and Peter Cushing were my heroes. And then in the 70s, some of the greatest horror films ever came out, like Rosemary's Baby, The Exorcist, The Town That Dreaded Sundown. I mean, the list goes on of fantastic movies that impacted me when I was growing up. And then, of course, the 80s followed up with all of our iconic psychotics.
Yeah.
You know, we got Freddy, we got Jason, we got Michael, we got Leatherface, 70s and 80s, but it moved right in. And so that's what we want to do, is create another iconic psychotic in Leonard Gorman. And we want to really utilize great storytelling and beautiful cinematography and powerful music that drives the story. And I think that, you know, hiring and working with the crew members that I've been really lucky to work with, I think is going to show on film, and it'll give the film longevity instead of just, hey, let's get hot for a weekend and then let's look for the next hot thing to come out. We want to make a film that stands the test of time and hopefully become a trilogy.
That sounds amazing. I have definitely believe that you are going to be able to accomplish that, especially with the people that you have in this movie. And is this your first time directing?
Yes, this is my first time directing a full-length feature film.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I've been preparing for years. I have been. I've been teaching acting and directing actors at the Hollywood Playground in Hollywood, which is where I really came up with Jackson playing one of my leads, John Gorman.
That's the name of your character?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to work with these guys too. Really excited.
So tell us a bit about your character in the movie.
Well,
without giving too much away.
Yeah, I was about to give him the little nudge under the table. What can I say?
Like, what am I allowed to?
The character of John requires a lot of levels, and there's some complexity to the character, and I needed an actor of his age that could pull off the different levels that the character does arc through. And it's really important for whoever plays John that he can make this character discover the beat changes as he's working, as opposed to having them all premeditated. So that's part of what I would like to do as a director, and why I've been directing actors, and why I've really picked up a lot from working with fantastic directors in my career. I learned so much from John Hughes about allowing the character to discover his own life, and to allow the character to present to the director who the character is, instead of relying on the director to tell you who the character is. And so it takes preparation and study and homework, and most of all, it takes heart, and that's what I want from all of my actors in this film.
Okay, so let's say the name of the movie again.
It's called The Wicked Sick.
The Wicked Sick.
And
It's like someone from
It's
Boston was
really
like,
sick.
it's wicked sick, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, you just
Exactly.
drop your eyes
You
and
can do
come
whatever
on
you want.
down to the
Dude, you're going to see The
Kickstarter
Wicked
page.
Sick, that fucking film?
Come to the Kickstarter
Go see
page
the
and drop
fucking
down
film.
some dollars.
Dude.
Yeah, we know. Well, one of the other things that we hope that the horror fans can be attracted to is the rewards that we have for them.
Absolutely.
We really want the horror fans to be a part of the process, and in different tiers. Like if you don't have money, man, don't even worry about it. You don't have to break the bank. In crowdfunding, what's really important is every dollar counts when it comes to numbers. And what we have in each phase of opportunities for fans to get involved is to be a part of the process from pre-production through production, right on to post-production, and then when the movie comes out, it can be something that all fans, no matter what level they come on, can be proud of.
That's really cool.
And you know, another thing that we hope that the horror fans can link onto is we're utilizing iconic horror actors to be in this film.
That's right. We have a
Yes.
whole list here. William Forsythe, which I'm
Yes.
sure you guys might recognize. He's been in Boardwalk Empire recently. He was in Halloween, Devil's Rejects, and the Rob Zombie movies, which is amazing.
I think he's been in over 100 films and television shows, and I happen to like him in Raising Arizona. Must be one of my favorites.
I think I might be too young for that one. I don't recall that.
He's the guy that steals a baby.
Doesn't know that I've seen the movie. I was.
You
he's
guys, you
always
want to know
trying-
Whenever
what
he tries to bring something to me, I'm just like, dude, I was.
Listen, I was teaching class in Hollywood, and I was talking to this young actress, and I said something to the fact of it's been inspired and innovated by the likes of Marlon Brando, and she said, "Who's Marlon Brando?"
That's bad. That's real bad. Maybe she was just making a joke about you.
We have to enlighten the young people of today.
He still hasn't got it. Seen Raising Arizona.
We also have Keith David, who's in They Live and Platoon. Okay, that's pretty
Platoon.
epic.
Dead
Yeah.
presidents,
He's the voice of the Navy.
voice of Spawn.
Voice of
Oh,
Spawn.
okay, and I love Spawn.
Yes.
I was really sad when they stopped airing the show because I think it's great.
We love Keith David.
And then you also have Sherilyn Fenn, who was in Twin Peaks, which is amazing. She was in Boxing Helena.
Yes, Boxing
Okay.
Helena, great movie. Did you see that?
I didn't. You did a movie with her though, right?
I sure did. She played my girlfriend in Thrashing.
Thrashing, that's right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
She plays my mom in this film. So.
He had to
kinda
throw that
weird.
one in there too, didn't he?
He's really getting your goat on this.
Sherilyn,
one.
we
It's
will
really
kill
fun.
him. In the third act. In the third act, you can slice his throat. For all I
Stick
care.
around and see who kills
That's
me.
right. And then you've got John Ortiz.
Very excited to have John Ortiz, a seasoned actor. He started out, I think one of his first films was Carlito's Way, where he played Al Pacino's nephew. And he's been in such movies as Fast and Furious 5 and 6, Silver Linings Playbook.
I love Silver Linings Playbook.
Me too. I thought he was fantastic in that. And he also,
Alien versus Predator.
yes, he was in
Okay.
Alien versus Predator.
Yeah, see, because these are mostly probably people you've made friends with over the years, and like.
I have relationships with all of them, and I also have relationships with everybody in the crew, which is another sort of aspect, what I was referring to earlier when I did some Roger Corman films earlier in my career. I really picked that up from Roger, who is one of the most successful producers in Hollywood. And he really utilized that kind of family mentality on a set.
I think that's so important.
And I think it's really important because, you know, you got to have the principles and fundamentals before the personalities and the egos, you know? And so when everybody's on board as a team, it's a team effort. And that's why as a director, I don't plan to dictate, but I just plan to lead. And I think that's really important for a director to have that quality, is to be able to lead and allow everybody else's experience, creativity, input, collaborate on, and it makes the film that much better.
That's great because everybody that's usually involved in making film is creative on their own in some way, and they want to contribute. So
Don't want to stifle them.
that's very
Yeah, I want
cool.
to piggyback just real quick off what he said too. We had a funny thing go on when I was first being kind of brought onto this project. We were running down the crew list, and Robert showed me who the director of photography was going to be, who's a good friend of his, a guy named David Perkle. And I said, oh God, I worked with David Perkle for 3 years on a show called Vampire Diaries in Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
And I was doing special effects, and it's just funny how this entire unit has come together, and every piece has kind of come in, ebb and flow right when we need it. And as Robert and I have been working on the Kickstarter very diligently, you know, we've had everything just play just how it's supposed to go.
Synchronicity, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we're
The
really-
momentum starts to pick up in snowball effect.
True.
And then there's no such thing as coincidence.
All these things just seem to be lining up together.
Yeah, it's really been fantastic. We're really excited about it, and we hope that the horror fans see that we're passionate about it, and we're not just trying to make money. You know, what we're really trying to do is stamp ourselves in my new production company, Entertainment Playground, and
Check out Entertainment Playground.
Thank you. And I'm
Yeah.
trying to introduce myself to the world as a director, you know, because there's a lot more films on the slate. And we're starting with horror on purpose because the horror fans are the most loyal fans in the world, hands down. Out of all the genres and all the different types of films and TV shows that I've done, nobody's stuck by me like the horror fans.
You can make them laugh or you can scare them, you're good.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And if we make them cry, that's on us.
Right. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about a couple of the other people that are going to be in the movie as well.
Absolutely.
You've got Marshall Bell, who was in Total Recall.
Well, we were together in Nightmare on Elm Street 2. That's how we met.
That's really
And
cool.
he played Coach Schneider.
Nice.
And Marshall and I have been friends ever since. I love Marshall. He's been in a ton of things. I mean, he was in Rum Diaries with Johnny Depp. And you already said Total Recall. You guys know who he was in Total Recall? Quando, right?
That's Quando.
Yeah, Deadwood, you know, the list goes on. Marshall is a fantastic actor, a solid individual, and he's been on board since the concept of writing The Wicked Sick a couple years back. So there's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. There's been some ups and downs. There's been some setbacks. But one thing stands true is that everybody that has been involved has not quit on me. And now that we're picking up momentum, they all are still with me in the same vein. And that's why I have these people together for this film.
Which is cool because it's a passion project.
Absolutely.
It's not just something that, you know, got booked through whatever and, you know, there's like, yeah, I signed up. But you guys actually, for one thing, know each other and care about each other's friends probably and want to make something really amazing, which I just can't wait to see it.
Well, I think, you know, there's a lot of actors too, and other people as well. You know, some of my mentors, Stephen Gagin and Mike Binder, have been helping me out a lot. They're fantastic directors. And also some other actors who are not going to be in the film have been very supportive, like Robert Downey Jr. has been very supportive of me. And we've been friends since Weird Science. Josh Brolin has been very supportive. David Arquette, Sir Anthony Hopkins. These are guys that are not necessarily planning on being in the film. I still haven't made my final offer yet. We never know to
So
get
we'll
cameos.
see.
Yeah.
Never know.
But these guys have been very supportive in a way that is helpful and motivational and inspiring. And then some of the guys, you know that they're supportive say, well, why are you doing a Kickstarter? Why don't you just ask Robert Downey Jr. to fund your film? I mean, after all, he's Iron Man.
Right.
And I say, well, that's why we're still friends, because I don't ask him for money. Hello.
Right, yeah.
It's not what he does.
Today, nowadays, the Kickstarter community and social media kind of interaction with that, it makes it so easy to give people an opportunity to be a part of something that they might not have ever been able to do. Like we were talking about the rewards, you know, people can come to our premiere party. They can get a PDF and a downloadable copy of the script and the film before anybody else does. I mean, there's so many opportunities for
There's
you.
even an opportunity to get killed in the film.
True.
No way.
So
Like,
if
you
you've
could
ever
be in-
wanted to die in a horror film, and you know it seems unattainable to you, we're making it attainable for the fans to come on set and get killed by one of our lead actors.
That's awesome.
And Glenn Hetrick, who does Hunger Games and X-Files, is going to be doing the special effects makeup. So you're not going to just die, you're going to die in style.
But this is a film that really will be like a passion project from the bottom up. It's the whole world. We want the whole world to support us if they're willing to, and we'd love them to come and
Absolutely,
be a part
by
of
the fans, for the fans.
it. Exactly.
Hey, that's great
That's
because
the only reason.
it gives them a way to get involved and, you know, really be a part of the movie.
Absolutely.
So
We'll
that's
put your
really
name in
cool.
the credits. That's another reward. We'll put your name in the credits if you want to be a producer. There's options to do that.
Yeah, you get an IMDb credit. I mean, you know, like, let's get Hollywood with it.
I'm sure there's a lot of fans. You guys could sell kisses or something. You can just
Actually,
be like,
one of the rewards
there
I
you
take
go.
someone on a date.
Yeah.
I know, I told him, I said, win a
Take
date
you
with
on a
Jackson.
date.
Date. I gotta take
Take
a
you-
date.
take
Yeah,
Jackson.
and it's
I'll
not
take
just
you on a date. I
It's
will.
not just for the girls.
not. If you pay, I will take you on a date.
Yeah. If you pay, he'll play.
Hey, $20 is $20.
Notice the word "I'll take you." I'm not gonna get taken on a date. I'll take you on a date. 'Cause
Sorry, that was, yeah. I think this is really exciting, and I want everybody to definitely go and check out your Kickstarter. And also, I wanted to ask you a couple more questions before we end off. Now, how did you first get into acting? I just want to hear the story. Like, what was your first time when you got like cast in a movie? I would say it was Weird Science was the first one, right?
It was Weird Science. I read for John Hughes in his office at Universal Studios. And the funny thing is that the very first time.
Were you nervous?
Not really nervous because I was prepared. The only time I've ever been nervous as an artist is when I haven't been prepared. There's definitely an anxiousness and anxiety maybe that comes up, and a nervous energy to get on there and get seen and show them what I have to give, but not nervous as in fear.
Right.
Or afraid to fail, not that kind of nervousness. But the first time I met John Hughes was for The Breakfast Club. And the funny thing is that I went to his office, and before I even had a chance to read, he was on the phone. He looked up at me and said, "No need to read today, part's already been cast." And of course
You were bummed out about
I was
that.
bummed out, I felt dejected, and I was a little bit, kind of angry that he didn't even give me a shot. Like, he didn't even want to see my audition after all the
You
work
might be
I-
better,
But I knew why later, because he had cast Judd Nelson in that role, and Judd Nelson was impeccable in that film. And John had a keen eye for casting. But the funny part about it is the second time that I had met John Hughes was for Weird Science, and he stopped me in the middle of my audition and said, "You're hired."
Wow.
So, that's how quick he knew what he wanted and what he didn't want.
That must have been really exciting.
It was really exciting. Yes, it was, very much so.
That's
I mean,
cool.
I love it. I mean, I'm proud of Weird Science. It's become a cult classic. I made friends with every single person on that set. We're still friends today. And,
What's the actress's name?
Kelly LeBrock.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh man.
Like millions and millions of people have fantasized about her, so.
The
yeah.
woman in red. Lisa.
Yeah.
He never got his license, Lisa. Give me the keys, I'll drive.
Okay, one more question. How
Yeah.
long did it take for you to get your six-pack before you got killed by Freddy Krueger? Or did you already have it?
Well, I grew up with a six-pack, and now I just sport a keg. I was already in shape. I was certain.
Dad bod.
That's an old. Is that an old joke?
No, that's not an old joke.
For everybody that's under 50, this is what you have to look forward to. Everybody that's my age, thanks for having my back. I mean, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, the gayest horror film ever made, is another film that I'm very proud of.
Dude, it was awesome.
We just came out.
I loved it.
Mark Patton just had a Kickstarter, by the way, for Scream Queen, his documentary of his experience playing Jesse in Nightmare on Elm Street 2. And he just raised $51,000 on his Kickstarter.
Whoa.
And it was a successful Kickstarter
Well done,
campaign.
well done.
And the film is coming out, and we talk about what I think is very important, which is, first of all, Mark's take on what his experience was like working in Hollywood in the 80s and being in the closet is, I think, very important for people to hear. But nowadays, why it's important now is not just about what happened then, but about young people maybe being inspired to find truths about themselves and to really not be afraid to be who you are, whether you're gay or straight, or if you're into something that maybe you think is unacceptable. It's really about being empowered, and that's why I support Mark's project very much. Scream Queen will be out soon in theaters, DVD, and video on demand.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and also, I got some new stuff coming out I wanted to talk about real quick.
Okay.
And that is, I figured if I was going to get back into the horror genre, I might as well get current. So I'm in Tales of Halloween now. That's out in theaters and video on demand.
Very cool.
Thank you. It's an anthology of 10 shorts by 10 directors. I did the Sweet Tooth short, which is the opening of the film. And also I have a movie coming out called The Unwilling with Dina Meyer and Lance Henriksen.
Nice.
And I'm really excited about that. And then
When is that coming out?
Well, it's in post-production now, so we don't have a release date yet, but I can definitely keep you guys posted.
Okay,
I'd love
cool.
to come back in the show and talk about it.
Definitely.
Yeah, because we love Kimberly.
Well, I love having you on the show.
Yeah, thank you. And then the last one, last but not least, is the new Fuad Ramses in Blood Feast, which is a remake of the original Gore film.
Whoa.
So, you know, we wanted to get current, and we wanted to get all these other actors on board who have been in other big horror franchise films, and we wanted to get crew together that, you know, are all like family, and we're hoping that people out there, the horror fans, can become part of our family through the Kickstarter campaign.
Fantastic. And I just want to say a couple of the other people you have. You have James Duvall, you have William Sanderson, and Clifton Collins Jr.
Yes.
And you love him.
Big
Oh,
time
yeah.
cast.
Yeah, we love Clifton
Big
Collins
time
Jr.
cast.
Yeah.
You guys might remember William Sanderson from Blade Runner. He played the toy maker, and
I love Blade Runner.
he's in, you know, he was in True Blood.
Oh, he was. He was a sheriff. in
That's
True Blood.
right, True Blood
He
sheriff.
was. Another good.
And we were
vampires.
together in Sometimes They Come Back, the Stephen King movie that I did.
That was when we had the prosthetics, right?
Correct. I played an evil demon ghost punk from hell.
That sounds like fun.
Just a full regalia.
Yeah, it was not a stretch.
Everything.
Right?
Well, you guys, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for
Yes,
having
thanks
us.
for having us.
Yes, and I definitely think you guys should go check it out and find out about this movie. Say the name again.
Yes,
The
please,
Wicked
The Wicked
Sick.
Sick. Check it out. We have an Instagram page at The Wicked Sick Movie. You'll be able to now see us on Kickstarter and go make your donation and support us, please. And we have a Facebook page, The Wicked Sick. And is it The Wicked Sick or The Wicked Sick Movie?
Wicked Sick movie.
Wicked Sick Movie, Facebook.
And follow me at Robert Rusler.
Absolutely.
Rusler.
Robert posts a lot of stuff, a lot of funny videos that I think you guys would find entertaining.
Some of them are scary.
Cool.
Some of them are
Sounds
sexual.
Oh wait. No.
Did he really say that?
Some of them are sexual. Lighten up, people. It's just a horror film.
This is late night television, right? You can say like that.
Yeah, I just have to bleep out the bad words, but it's fine.
Well, no, we've kept it clean.
We've been good.
I think I dropped like 2.
Did you?
Yeah, I think I dropped.
Don't worry about it.
It's these young people, you know? They
all
don't know how
good.
to...
We don't have any manners.
Their vocabulary is horrible.
No
Everything
manners.
is F this and like that and like and I'm like and like.
Yeah, it's funny, dude.
Thank you so much for watching Robert Rusler and Jackson Rowden on
The Red Booth.
and watch The Wicked Sick.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween!